Sometimes you have to try something completely different. I'm so looking forward to this. Have you ever found that you're kind of in a painting rut? You are feeling demotivated, nothing's going right, and you're not liking the results you're getting. Now, I don't know if you've experienced this or how you got through it before, but what I find is I need to do something completely different and kind of cleanse the palette a little bit, and then get your painting mojo back again. And that new challenge was exactly what I wanted from this guy. Now, this is a model I bought myself on eBay a little while back. It's been sitting in my pile of shame for ages. Now, I've seen this guy on the internet named as Greek warrior. I've seen it named as Spartan. I've seen it named all sorts of different things. Same sculpt, different names. But whatever it's called, it looks really nice. Yeah, it's all resin. Now, I can't see any mold lines on this, and it is really crisp. The detail on this is beautiful. Also, quite surprising for a resin model. The fit on this is beautiful. It goes together really nicely. There's a couple of little bits where I might need to put in some filling, but not much at all. There's not a lot of prep work on this. Now, because this is resin, it is really brittle, so I'm going to have to be careful with this. And also, some of these parts, especially like the bow or the sword is ridiculously thin. It's almost transparent. You can almost see through it. And these arrows are really fine. I'll be amazed if I don't snap one of these during the build of this. So first of all, there's a little bit of tidy up work. Just using a file, and I'm going to dry fit the whole thing and see how the whole thing fits together and try and get the balance right and everything else. Right, so the dry fit works really well. I've cleaned it up, I'm happy with that. So the next phase is going to be the cleaning. Now, with any resin model, I always try and clean it first of all to get rid of any potential releasing agent or any dust or grease or anything else on the surface. So first of all, I'm going to give it a good scrub in a solution of a dash of washing up liquid and also a dash of vinegar as well, because I find it tends to help to strip any grease and stuff off and give a good surface to paint on. So tepid water. You don't want warm hot water, because especially with the thin parts, that could cause them to warp slightly, and I don't want that. Once I'm happy with that, rinse off in nice clean water and then leave to dry. Okay, we're not finished, but I'm going to pause that there for 1 second. Now, Editor John here. Now, as I was going back through all the footage and I was editing this video, and I was thinking about the next phase when it comes to painting this. Now, I was looking at it and I was thinking it's a very dynamic model. I could have like the warrior leaping over some sort of the flames. I'd do some OSL and nighttime effects and flickering torchlight and so on. And I'm still pondering that bit. We'll come back to that bit later. But it got me thinking. Now, Ben did an awesome video about the basics of OSL and some really simple ways to get some really great effects. If that interests you, have a look for this video over here. And I'll also put a link down in the description. Really nice video. Anyway, that's a side thought. Back to the build. Now it's all dry. Now it's the fun bit. Let's get to put it together. Now, I'm going to do this in 3 sub-assemblies. I'm going to do the base, the warrior itself, and the shield. The reason I'm doing the shield as a separate sub-assembly is basically just to let me make it easier to get the brush in behind the shield on this base. Once I've painted the basics of that, I'll then put the shield on and then finish it off to make it mould into the scenery. Now, I want to try and handle the shield as little as possible, especially with the arrows I'm going to have coming out of this. So I'm going to temporarily tack it with a little bit of super glue onto this bit of sprue. Now onto the warrior. The legs of this have just gone straight into place. They fit beautifully. I'm going to drill a 1mm hole in the base of the Mini and put a wire in, which I'll then use to support the rest of the model. sword is so fine, I'll be amazed if I don't break it. Now the joint is basically a mortise and tenon joint, and at the minute it's a bit too tight, it's not going in. So I'm just going to shave this down a little bit to make it go into the socket a bit easier. There we go, that fits beautifully. Now it's time to glue it. You've got to be kidding me. I told you we'd snap this. Never mind, on to plan B. I'll take this back, sand it down, and I'll drill it and I'll pin it into place instead. And there we go, that's the basic build done into 3 sub-assemblies. Next bit is going to be the priming and painting this guy. I'm so looking forward to this. But that is going to have to wait for the next video, so I'll see you there.